Most likely completely trivial information for everybody, but I'm happy to report that morning cycling to work, I did my record for this year. I went 26 kilometers an hour, average speed. So normally I've been maximum 24 kilometers an hour. This was caused by two fairly serious looking cyclists. One I passed first, and then he got annoyed by me passing him, and then he passed me, and then I stayed on his wheel for 80% of the journey, and then the other cyclist, we together passed him, and then he joined our pack, and so yeah, we were making serious speed. And the positive, there are some symptoms. Unsteady, and this is something new that I've been thinking about. That when I eat, that immediately after eating, then my condition worsens. That I feel that I'm more shaky, and it just, my walking is more wobbly, and I'm more unstable. And it's typically when I eat lunch. I'm lucky that it's that close, so it's just about 100 meters, 200 meters max, 150. And when I've walked, I can just slump down in my chair and do my work. So, but today that was minimized, and then today in general I felt fairly alright. I mean, with the slight imbalance, I was feeling good. I didn't have these, I think the most horrid conditions are the numbness in the hands, the fatigue, the brain fog, and these kind of symptoms that affect how you operate. Obviously, walking, being unstable, it hinders how you operate, but it doesn't hinder me from doing my work. Coming back, I was slower, only 22. But it's, when you go to work, it's I think it's 40 meters descend and 60 meters ascend. So you're going downwards 20 meters more than you're climbing. And then obviously vice versa when you're coming home. So you're climbing a lot more than you're actually going downhill. So it's always been a bit slower. Obviously in some horrendous winter conditions. Oh sorry, my microphone. I need to keep. So yeah, and some horrendous winter condition, it might be that it changes. Today was the first day that Rudy actually went ahead and tried to make puppies with another staffy, and obviously we have done nothing of the sorts in our entire life. I mean, animal related stuff like that, it's just but there came two ladies, and the other lady was the owner of this staffy bitch called Muru, which is like honey or darling or muru. Basically it's an endearing term in Finnish. Crumb, an exact translation. And it was brutal. They had the leash around the lady dog's, what is it, kuono? I don't know what that's in English. And it was held against the knee, and then
I think then the other one was the owner. She was fairly normal human being, but then the breeder, who's supposed to be this specialist in this. I don't want to even go into it. I stayed clear, and Terry was a bit disturbed by the whole thing. And finally, when I got in there, she was fairly bad-mannered, that other lady. She's barking commands to me like it wasn't my house, or is that if I would somehow be her subordinate or something. But Terry she had already been warned about this other lady, that she might be like this, and she really was. And I mean, she got the job done, fair enough. And to do a specific thing like that, let's just get the job done and be done with it. But as a human being, no, I would rather not spend a lot of time with people like that. Yeah, and the lady, when she, or the bitch, or the other Stafford, she was having none of it, growling at our dog Rudy and being very, how do I say, well, aggressive about it. But then the two ladies that came, they just, it was a dog rape. That's what it was. Our dog was participating in raping this other dog that came along. What monsters we are as humans. Don't know if midsummer has been good for me, MS related, because in Finland midsummer is, I think there's Vappu, Labor Day, Jussi, Juhannus, are they compete hand in hand, which is the more heavy drinking night or celebration. You're a bit sad if you get drunk on the Christmas, and New Year's Eve, it's up there, but the heat takes away the worst. But then Vappu, Labor Day, it starts to be warm. Sometimes it's warm, and then midsummer. People have an illusion that it will be warm if it's midsummer. No, it's not. It's horribly cold. It was plus 12 and it was raining. We was making a joke at it. We had the exact same weather on Christmas Eve and Midsummer Eve. So that's Finnish weather for you. We're proud about, yeah, we have seasons. What? There's just one season. It's cloudy and it's rainy. And the temperature's around 10, maybe up to 15. And now, yeah, the weather forecast, they said, now there's a heat front moving into Finland. It would be 30 degrees. And all the Finns are, oh yes, this is what we've been longing all winter. And then they post this week before, there's a heat front coming from, I don't know where, Central Europe or somewhere. And then 2 days before it's supposed to hit, then there's, I guess there's everywhere, tabloid news saying, well, the heat wave, it swerved and it moved into Russia. And people are like, oh man. But yeah, it's funny. You crave heat. I would say, for me, you know, being raised here, 3 weeks constantly, 25 degrees, that will carry me barely through the winter. And then again, I start waiting for it. Today we got nearly 20 degrees and we were sitting at our balcony, which is nice because the sun comes straight into it and the sun comes over the woods and there's no wind because it's kind of an enclosed space. And if it's a proper summer day, you cannot go there, it's so hot. But on a cold day like today, it's nice and warm there. But anyway, I shall cut this. Drinking was the thing that I was saying. They're not good for my MS because it's tradition that we'll have a beer, we have wine, we have champagne or whatever bubbly, and then you go with the flow and you think that, yeah, I'll have a glass or two, but then you feel it later on in your body. I've been watching, don't know if I mentioned this, but I bought a juicer, a masticating, I've now learned. I bought a masticating juicer and I've been looking for places where I can buy organic vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting. But it should be arriving this coming week. We have a competition with the wife. She bought a unicorn mug, saying that she's a unicorn, which I fully trust that she is. And we have a competition, which will come first. My juicer or her unicorn mug. Juicing next week, and in the meanwhile, and even after that, and for all eternity, Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
The warmth I feel beside me